All right, welcome back. Today, we are diving headfirst into a classic golf showdown. Think of it like a title fight. In one corner, you've got the king of feel. In the other, the undisputed king of the market. And now, stepping into the ring, we've got a brand new challenger from TaylorMade, the MG5. And it's designed to take on both. So, the big question is, did TaylorMade finally pull it off?
You know the feeling, right? It's that age-old question every single one of us faces when we're standing over a tricky little chip shot. Do you grab the wedge that feels just buttery soft at impact? Or do you go with the one that gives you brutally consistent, predictable results? For what feels like forever, you couldn't have both. Getting one meant giving up the other.
Okay, so let's really get into this dilemma. To understand why we even have to make this choice, you gotta look at how these clubs are actually made. It all boils down to two totally different ways of doing things.
So on one side of the coin, you've got your forged wedges. Now these are made from a single solid piece of soft metal. Think of a blacksmith hammering it into shape. That's what gives them that incredible soft feel and the amazing feedback that, the real purists just love. Then you have casted wedges. This is totally different. They take molten metal and pour it into a mold. The result? Insane consistency from one club to the next. And that's exactly why most wedges you see out there are cast.
All right, let's meet contender number one. This is the club that is, without a doubt, the king of feel. We're talking about the Mizuno Pro.
Look, there's really no argument here. When people talk about feel, this is what they mean. Thanks to this special grain flow forged process they use, the Mizuno is it's the softest, most satisfying wedge you can possibly hit. It is the gold standard. It's the benchmark that every other feel wedge gets compared to, period. And right here, this is the dilemma in a nutshell. That amazing, unmatched feel is incredible, and it's a big but, it can come at a cost. For some golfers, the distance control just isn't always there. You hear them say the ball can sometimes get a little jumpy, especially on those shorter finesse shots around the green. So amazing feel, but maybe not so amazing consistency.
Okay, so we've met the king of feel. Now, let's talk about the king of the entire market, the undisputed champion of the wedge world. We're talking about the Titleist Vokey.
Let's be clear about this. Vokey isn't just a popular wedge. It is the wedge. It's number one. Number one in sales, number one on the PGA Tour. It's the wedge most people grab when they walk into a golf shop. It's just dominant. The performance reputation is absolutely legendary. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? For all that success, there's a catch. For a whole lot of us amateur players, the feel is a huge, huge turnoff. Because it's a cast wedge, people will tell you it's one of the clickiest feeling wedges on the market. It's the polar opposite of that soft Mizuno.
So there it is. That's the trade-off, plain and simple. With a Vokey, you get performance you can bet on. The ball flight, the distance control. It's the same thing every single time. It's incredibly consistent. But you have to be okay with giving up that beautiful, soft feeling when the club meets the ball. And this is where our story gets really interesting. This is where TaylorMade comes in. They're looking at this whole situation, this big gap between the Mizuno and the Vokey, and they're thinking, wait a minute, what if you didn't have to choose? So with their brand new Milled Grind 5, the MG5, they're trying to do the impossible, give us the best of both worlds.
Now, they didn't just start from scratch. They were smart about it. They took all the good stuff from their super popular MG4 wedge. Things like that raw face that actually rusts to give you more spin. They've got the extra laser etching for even more bite on the ball. And, of course, that milled sole, which guarantees that every single wedge off the line is perfectly consistent. So, what's the new magic formula? Well, step one, you keep that awesome high spin raw face. Good start. Step two, you hang on to those super consistent milled sole grinds. Makes sense. But then you add a new, absolutely crucial ingredient. And what is it? A fully forged body. That is the game changer. That's their big play to finally solve this whole feel versus performance problem.
So, the million-dollar question. Did it work? Did TaylorMade's new recipe actually do the trick? Have they really made a wedge that gives you the feel of a Mizuno and the performance of a Vokey? Let's find out.
Okay, this chart really tells the whole story. You've got the Mizuno, exceptional, softest feel, but inconsistent performance. Then you've got the Vokey, lacking that feel, kind of clicky, but with exceptional rock-solid consistency. And then look right there in the middle, the TaylorMade MG5. It's aiming for that sweet spot, very good, soft feel, and that exceptional Vokey-like consistency. It's all thanks to that new forged body combined with the raw face.
And honestly, this quote says it all. It really does bridge that gap. Now look, is anything ever going to feel exactly like a Mizuno? Probably not. But the MG5 gets remarkably close. It feels so much softer than a Vokey. And here's the kicker. It delivers that same Vokey-like consistency every single time. So that leaves us with one last big question. For years, we've had to compromise. TaylorMade set out to build a wedge that says you don't have to choose anymore. By jamming a forged feel together with tour-level performance, they might have just ended the debate. So is the era of the great wedge compromise finally over? Can we, as golfers, finally have it all?